Hello everyone, this is General Hand Grenade. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. So we're in the winter of 1917 and it's Japan's turn. And you can see here what I've purchased. Okay, so first of all, 2 IPP I owe to the Americans took off for convoy rating. I believe that's what it is. 6 for a seaplane, 6 for a submarine, 2 for a colonial infantry, and I will save 4 because I started with 20 and lost to 2. So there you go. I've spent 14 and I've saved 4. Alrighty, I'm down on the other side of the board because the Russian Revolution is going strong and I just don't have enough room to set up there anymore. So let's get to rolling here. Okay, make sure I'm in there. Okay, so wartime economy for my tech roll, and 8, so I get that. I better mark it right away too, even though it's on the other side of the room here. If I don't mark it, then I'll probably forget it. I'm getting old, you know. I hate everything but Matlock. Okay, so improved construction goes to stage 3. All right. And they don't do diplomacy. So let's get to the combat moves. Let's move this out of the way for a second because they're right in the middle of my way. So we've got 2 subs down here in C zone P50. They're going 1 to I12, 2 to I7, 3 to I6, and they're going to force the port. I believe it's Kuwait where they are. Force the port in Kuwait and go after those transports. If they are lucky enough to get in the port there, then it's 2 rounds because it's winter time. 2 rounds of combat. They can't, it's not just auto kills. We changed that rule last round. So there's that. Also, let's move around this way. We have a sea mine here and it's going to raid. There's 2 lines here that it can raid. Let's see. Up here we've got a couple seaplanes. So we're going to take 1 seaplane into C zone P15 from Kyushu. He's going to go in and go after that coastal sub. I'm going to take the destroyer into P45, or no, P15, sorry. And he is going to try to remove the mine that is in P15. I've got a destroyer in P33. He's going to move to P34 and he is going to try to take out the sea mine there. And I've got another seaplane in Tokyo. He is going to go, wait a minute. You know what, I'm going to have to go the other way. So the seaplane in Kyushu is going to go 1, 2. He's going to try to take out, no, hang on a sec. Yeah, he's going to try to take out, the guy in Tokyo is going to try to take out the submarine in P15, and the seaplane in Kyushu is going to go 1, 2, and he's going to go after the 2 subs that are in P33. Of course, they'd be lucky to get 1 because they're just going to scurry down to the depths of the Pacific Ocean once I take the first shot, regardless of whether I hit him or not. Anyway, so that's all the attack moves. So let's get to it. Let's move this back around. Okay, bring this over. Are we in there? Looks like we are for the most part. Okay, so let's do those submarines first. Now they are going to try to run or force the port. So the port rolls at 3 or less. I think that's what we settled on. That's what we're gonna go for anyway. So 3 or less to hit each of those subs. And it missed them. Okay, I might as well roll the dice all together. So 2 rounds times 2 subs, that's 4 dice in total. So I'm just gonna roll 4 dice to try to hit 3 transports. And they roll at 3 as well. So here we go. And nary a hit. Okay. So they are obviously staying in C zone I6. Okay, then we've got that naval mine in P50, and he is going to try to hit both of those lines there. So the black dice is the attacker. And 4 to 2 plus, it's raids at 0. Okay, so that's 2 off. We'll take it off. Let's take it off the British line. Okay. We'll take it off the British line that goes to Australia, because that one's worth 2. So there you go. 2 off the British line going to Australia. Whatever that's called. And then we have the destroyer going after the naval mine in P15. So he's got to go against the mine. So the destroyer is going to be the blue dice at 4. The mine is at 2, but he also has the coastal sub at 2 as well. We'll just use this dice here. The yellow one will be the coastal sub. So there you go. Okay. So everybody missed. Everybody missed. Okay. And now we have the seaplane in P15 going after the coastal sub. Oh, jeez. Everybody's going to miss. I'm going to miss every dice here. And then we've got the seaplane going against the 2 subs in P33. Come on now. Nothing. Wow. What a waste of time this was. Okay, so we'll just move those seaplanes back to where they came from. So the one in P33 will go back to Kyushu. The one in P15 will go back to Tokyo. No, you know what? He's going to go to Kyushu as well. Seems like it's, I've got more options down in Kyushu. Okay, so both seaplanes have gone to Kyushu. The destroyers can't move. Oh, you know what? I didn't roll this mine over here. So I got to try to remove that mine. And then here, I'll just finish my non-combat moves while I've got you here. It looks like I don't have any more anyway. So I'll just bring you back and roll that last mine. So we have got blue will be the destroyer again, and red will be the naval mine. Come on, let's go now. And the mine hits. Okay, so I lose a destroyer in P34. Okay. I just want to see something here, so let's see. He's got 1 transport there. I just want to make sure that wherever I put things, that they're not totally at risk. So there's 3 infantry there. Oh, one thing I did want to do is move the cavalry to Tokyo to be with the commander. Yeah, I think that's it. So then we will place the seaplane in Kyushu, the submarine in C zone P50, where the other submarines took off from, and the colonial infantry in the Philippine Islands. Okay. So that means that we have, let's start over, we're in the east or west here. So there's 2 subs in C Zone I-6. They're kind of got those 3 transports that are blocked that are in Kuwait. So if they want to get by there, they're going to have to roll themselves past 2 submarines. And then in P-50, we've got a destroyer, submarine, 2 pre-dreads, and a naval mine. In Formosa, we've got a militia. In the Philippines, we've got a militia, 2 naval infantry, and 3 colonial infantry. In Okinawa, we got a militia. In Hokkaido, we've got a militia. In Korea, we have 2 infantry, a colonial infantry, and an artillery. There's that 1 colonial infantry in Primorsky Krai. In Tokyo, we have a commander and a cavalry and 3 infantry, an artillery, and looks like 2 militia. In Honshu, we have 2 infantry and 2 militia. In Kyushu, we have 3 infantry, a militia, 3 seaplanes. In C Zone P-15, we have a destroyer, and in port in Kyushu, in P-15, there is a battle cruiser and a transport. Looking around to see if I missed anybody. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's bring you back for that last roll here, which will be wartime economy. Okay, let's roll the red dice, since I don't seem to be having any luck with my own dice. 2, okay. So the Japanese are at 15 for an income, plus 2 is 17, plus 4 that they saved. They will have 21 IPP in the bank. And that's all I got for you today, so take care, everyone. General Hand Grenade out.